ask any question if you have on anything, right? So let's start with these pre-submitted questions. So these are some questions which are there. What is the path and guidelines for becoming an ERP specialist? Can a beginner with no D365 experience start in this field, or is prior knowledge required? What is the future of ERP? As a finance functional consultant with non-finance degree, will I need a finance degree in the future for career growth? So I think the answer is very simple for this. Anyone with any experience without any prerequisite of any specific degree can get into this particular role. I don't think so personally that you need a very specific degree or something to make a career in this specific role. So what is the path for becoming the ERP specialist, right? Again, I have built a one playlist. We will share this, like how do you become the functional consultant, and it is more of a functional consultant, but also applicable for if you want to decide your career in technical consultant or being the CE specialist or business central specialist, right? One of the key things which you need to keep in mind when you start deciding your learning path is first which role you are targeting, which we have just now spoken. Then what is your key capabilities which you want to on which you want to build your career. So if you are coming from finance background, my recommendation is that possibly the finance would be the area to go. If you are coming from HR operations, so decide your profile based on prior experience if you have it. If you are a fresher, if you do not have any prior experience, maybe try to think that what is your area of interest, right? What is, like, some people might say that I don't understand numbers, I don't understand debit credit. Fine, no worries, go for a supply chain. You might understand the operations better, right? Or go for a projects, right? So think about what is your interest area, what excites you, right? What you can grasp better. And it is important because if you do not have an interest in that area, and if you start learning about that, you might lose your interest very early in your learning curve, and then you might just drop it like, oh, this ERP is not my cup of tea, right? So start with the things which are important for you, which you understand better, and which where you have the interest, right? Another thing which is there is that can a beginner with no D365 experience start? Yes, of course. You don't need an experience, right? You can start any point of time. If you have been a working professional, want to transition, start fresher, you can transition into this. The only thing which you require is, once you identify which role you want to prepare for, work hard on that, work on your skill set of technical skill set, learning the application, learning the other skills which are required in this role. And one of the key things which I would like to highlight here is, when you prepare for a functional consultant role specifically, I'm talking about that, put your energy into two things, okay? Most of the time we end up becoming the application consultant. When I say application consultant, I just go into Dynamics and try to set up something, and if I know how to create a purchase order and I think like I am a functional consultant, I think no, you are wrong there. Okay, you are going wrong somewhere. That is one part of your job. The another part of your job is the consulting experience. Learn about communication, how to write the better email, how to communicate with your customers, because you are the consultant who are going to face customers and the users, right? Learn how to conduct the workshop, right? Learn how to write the functional design document, learn about functional requirement document, or do the fit gap analysis, requirement gathering, right? Learn about the testing, test script, test plan. I'm not saying you start learning on day one, but when you start learning, you create your learning path, decide on these things as well, that I will spend an hour every day on learning product, but half an hour I will give to learn the functional side of the role as well, not only just configuration of the product. And then on the configuration side, do the hands-on. As much as you practice, you get a better exposure. So practice more and learn on the functional side as well, your other skill set. That is my key key suggestion I would give to anyone who is looking out for any functional side role. Okay. And of course, you don't need a degree in finance. I am engineer by my education, right? I don't have any finance background, but throughout my career, I've been the finance consultant. So the best way is to you learn on the job. But the only thing is you should have the interest in that. If you understand numbers, if you understand the finance bit, right, start doing that, right? First year might be difficult. Once you complete one project, you will have better confidence. Two projects will give you more confidence. And by the fourth or fifth project, you will have all possible understanding of your finance consulting thing or the finance related concept by the fourth or fifth project, right? So definitely you are not going to learn on day one. You need to give a time. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint that you will learn everything in 2 months. But prepare, learn every day, right? Break down your learning. Okay, we will provide you the link of this, and this will help you. This link will help you to understand that how do you break down your learning path, supply chain finance, what you should learn, which topic, from where, right? All these things have been explained in this. So I really recommend that you can go through this particular resource. How can D365 F&O consultant broaden their expertise beyond specific modules like PMA? Very good question. And I think I get this question very well, right? You know, once you start as a PM, let's say you are a fresher, you put into one project, your responsibility is to, let's say, learn or manage the finance bit or supply chain or project side. And then what happens, right, unintentionally, next project also you become the specialist in that area and you don't get an option to explore more. My suggestion is that definitely you go ahead and do what you are doing in that project, but also have the interaction with the other consultant, because in one project, if you are the project PMA specialist or finance specialist, there is another specialist who is managing the supply chain, warehousing or other areas or HR or something. So have a connect with them, understand what they are doing, tell them what you are doing. So have a knowledge sharing, right? So end of that project, you will not only know what you have done with your specialization of finance, supply chain or PMA, but also you will have a better understanding, at least at a high level understanding, that what is being used from the supply chain, what is being used from the finance. Learn more those things, right? And also look for the customizations they are doing, maybe the document they are preparing, right? All those things also you can look when you are working with your other colleagues in that. Okay. How can an ERP consultant transition to management consulting for digital transformation? I think I'm not possibly in the right position right now to answer that. Maybe I know more about the ERP consultant, not sure more about how the management consultant role would be or what capabilities are there. I've never been to that. So sorry about that. Possibly I might not be the right person to comment on that specifically, right? What is the process to become MCT or MVP? I'll put a link. I think you guys also can find it out. But I would suggest, I think possibly if it is coming from the people who are into the who are into this space for, let's say, 5 years or more, I would always recommend to look for and prepare for these profiles. So MCT is our Microsoft certified trainer, right? And there is a program which Microsoft runs. And I think the key requirement for that is very simple. You need to have the certifications in one of the specialization which you have. So let's say if you have finance functional consultant, so there is a certification you get finance functional consultant. So get that, right? and once you certified in that, then you have to provide the instructional certificate to the Microsoft. Now, either by the training experience that you have a 1 year training experience, or by some institute which are listed on the website. If you get a certificate from them that yes, you have delivered the training for them. So combine these two things together, you can apply, enroll for this MCT program, and then Microsoft will do the evaluation for that. And if they find all those things satisfying, right, they will award you the MCT. And this program was put on hold for a quite long because they were revamping or rebuilding their platform. But this July, they are restarting the enrollment for the new MCT again. So if you are looking for that, think in that direction, and we'll provide you the link where you can think of, you can see that what certificate 1 year. Key thing is that 1 year teaching experience or a training experience you need to provide to the Microsoft from the certified organizations. MVP program. Okay. Maybe this looks a very fancy or very attractive program for a lot of people, but my point of view on being an MVP is not getting that status. I think it comes very natural to you. So if you have interest in helping community, right, helping people, right, then you can definitely one day become MVP, right? So it's a very natural way of becoming the MVP, right? Not like intentionally I want to do something and then get that status. Because once this is a yearly program. Once you become MVP, then again for the next 1 year, you have to contribute to the community to get the renewal. Otherwise, then you are no longer MVP again. So it's a mindset, I would say. It's not a something skill-based program where you get awarded for MVP. It's a mindset-based program where if you really want to be MVP, prepare today, start today. The basic step is start contributing to Dynamics community, answer people's questions, help them, start sharing your knowledge through blogs or any other way, right? Or start helping people in a different manner, right? So it is all about how much impact you create. And of course, all these things should come from your specific expertise. So you should be specialized in something, in some technology, whether you are an AI ERP expert, CE expert, Business Central expert, or maybe other Microsoft technology expert. So you should be the expert in one of the specific technology or domain at least. And then you have a willpower to impact the community. So it's a mindset, it's a natural way of getting the MVP, not like I want to be MVP and just do some exams or something and then I become MVP. I don't think so, right? So if you want to be MVP, think like down the line 2 years, I will become MVP. So start today, contributing to community, help people as much as possible, start sharing your knowledge and learnings which you have. That is, I think, the way forward to start with. You really need a patience. If you say like, oh, I want to become in 6 months MVP, I'm sorry. I think then you are chasing something different then. Copilot with D365, which Copilot features are there, how AI will Copilot will impact. I think this is what I have spoken in my other section. So you need to prepare the autonomous ERP, the agents, the Copilot is the main focus in all the business applications. And you must be seeing that day by day, the moment that Microsoft is releasing different Copilot features or different Copilots. So prepare yourself, learn more about Copilot Studio, think how you can automate things in your applications. So think about all those things, right? Prepare yourself for all these key features which are coming up. That is very important. And then your role will definitely change because the more and more autonomous agents are coming into your AI ERP applications. Then the way you implement them, the way you design the solution, right? The way you work as a functional consultant will also change, right? So you might also need to get a knowledge about the other ecosystem, because if you see a lot of new capabilities which are coming as part of the unified platform, which is your Power Platform, right? So like business performance analytics, business performance planning, demand planning, invoice capture, all these key capabilities are built on the Power Platform, right? It's no longer part of like finance and operations only. It's a unified system now, right? So it's a unified ERP now. Everything is there, everything is talking to each other. So you need to start thinking in that direction, and also start learning about how these agents works, how these agents can help in improving the efficiency of any task today any user is doing. So that is the key thing. And I think future is going to be very good. The more and more we adopt with these new capabilities and things, we will shine more, right? I don't think so it is going to take away any job or something. I think it's just a transition, right? We spoke about the history. The AI, some people was working on AX 4.0. They would never think that they would work on something like which we have in FNO AI ERP today, right? So things have changed a long way, right? No one lost their job, right? But only thing which they kept doing is that they kept learning on over the years on these parts. So start preparing yourself on these aspects. FNO side, the key features on the Copilot side, there are not many, but in next 1 or 2 months, you will see a couple of AI agents getting released. So keep eyes on that, and definitely then that is just a starting. In next 1 year, things will change drastically. You will have a lot of capabilities and the features coming up as part of your all the business applications. Definitely.